So, good evening everybody. In last lecture, we have seen the concept of static members and somewhat introduction to inheritance. What is inheritance? That uh, if it is possible to process members of one class by using object of another class, then it is called as inheritance. In Java, four types of inheritance are there. One is single, then multi-level, then hierarchical, and hybrid inheritance. Multiple inheritance, which is present in C++, is not present in Java. Means Java does not support more than one base classes in inheritance. But whether it is not possible in Java? No. New name is given, that is interface through which it is possible to take two base classes for a single derived class. That we will see later on. But what is inheritance? Processing members of one class by using object of another class is called as inheritance. Single inheritance means one base class, one derived class. Multi-level inheritance means if there are more than two levels in a single column inheritance, एक के नीचे एक अगर तीन classes आते हैं तो that inheritance is called as multi-level inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance means if there is a common base class for two or more derived classes, then that particular inheritance is called as a hierarchical inheritance. And hybrid inheritance means it is combination of two or more inheritances which are present in which are present in Java. Now in C++, how to declare the inheritance? The syntax is class followed by derived class name, then colon, then visibility mode and base class name. Means class result colon public student. This is the normal procedure to declare inheritance in C++. But in for declaring inheritance in Java, somewhat different syntax is used. Class followed by, you can see this subclass as a derived class and superclass as a base class. So class, subclass name, extends. Extends means what? All the members from superclass are extended by the using of members of subclass and members of superclass also. So syntax is class followed by subclass name, extends, superclass name, and then there is a normal procedure to declare your subclass name. The extends keywords indicates that you are making a new class that derives from an existing class. The meaning of extends is to increase the functionality. So there are some functions which are used in your superclass, and there are some functions which are used in base class, and these functions are responsible to process members of superclass also. If such type of give and take is there, then it is called as inheritance, or that particular program is used as effective inheritance program in Java. In the terminology of Java, a class which is inherited is called as parent or superclass, and the new class which is created is called as child class or subclass. वहाँ पे C++ में हम इसी concepts को base class and derived class बोलते थे, but here either it is called as parent and child or it is called as super and subclass. Superclass means जहाँ से derive हो रहा है, जहाँ से डिराइव हो रहा है उस क्लास को हम बोलते हैं सुपर क्लास, और जहाँ पे डिराइव्ड क्लास सुपर क्लास से निकल कर आ रहा है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज सब क्लास, और इट मे बी कॉल्ड एज अ चाइल्ड क्लास ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर पेरेंट क्लास. सो दिस इज syntax for declaring inheritance in Java. Now we will see 2-3 examples on this. This is example of single inheritance. If you see here, there is one class whose name is animal, and there is another class dog which is extends from animal. Only there are functions in both these classes, In animal class there is one function which is eat, and this function is used to display that dog is eating or animal is eating. And dog extends animal void bark. Bark means कुत्ता भौंकता है, जैसे कुत्ता भौंकता है, बिल्ली म्याऊ करती है, उसी तरह से कुछ लिया गया है यहाँ पे. सो क्लास एनिमल void eat system डॉट आउट डॉट println eating, यहाँ पे ये फंक्शन कंप्लीट हो गया. देन क्लास डॉग extends animal. So this dog class is derived from animal class. Now here there is our actual class. इस प्रोग्राम का नाम क्या होगा? प्रोग्राम का नाम होगा टेस्ट इनहेरिटेंस डॉट जावा, बिकॉज मेन फंक्शन इज प्रेजेंट इन दिस क्लास. सो पब्लिक स्टैटिक void main string args dog d is equal to new dog. Now here keep in mind that we are creating object of a derived class, not object of a base class, or object of a subclass, not object of a superclass, or object of a child class, not object of a parent class. Now dog d dot bark d dot eat, इसका सीक्वेंस आप कैसा भी ले लो. But if you see here, bark is a member method of dog class and eat is a member method of animal class. Still it is possible to process member of this base class by using object of derived class. That's why it is called as inheritance. अब यहाँ पे d डॉट ईट और d डॉट बार्क लिखा होता तो यहाँ पे मेरा जो रिजल्ट है वो ईटिंग और बार्किंग आता, लेकिन हमने यहाँ पे d डॉट बार्क एंड d डॉट ईट लिखा है, इसलिए रिजल्ट क्या आ गया? पहले बार्क फंक्शन एग्जीक्यूट हो गया, एज दिस फंक्शन इज अ मेंबर ऑफ डॉग क्लास इटसेल्फ. it is very easy to execute this function, but when you write d dot eat, then it is necessary that there should be inheritance between animal and dog class, because eat is a member method of animal class. So if that method which is member of animal class, if it is possible to process that method by using object of dog class, then it is called as inheritance. So result is barking and eating. So this is example of single inheritance. You may take screenshot of it, type the program and execute it. Definitely you will get the result. Now here there is an example of multi-level inheritance. अब यहाँ पे देखो, पहले एनिमल क्लास है, उसके बाद डॉग क्लास है और उसके बाद बेबी डॉग क्लास है. These are the just examples. You can elaborate any example of any Java program by using inheritance. This is just an example that how to write multi-level inheritance program in your practical laboratories. So class animal void eat, ये जैसा पहले क्लास में था वैसा ही है. क्लास डॉग एक्सटेंड्स एनिमल. अब आप यहाँ पे देखिए, by using object of dog it is possible to process members of animal class. यहाँ पे वही मेथड यूज किए है which is bark, and this method is used to display barking onto screen. अब उसके आगे निकल के क्या हो रहा है कि क्लास बेबी डॉग एक्सटेंड्स डॉग, मीन्स ये यहाँ से आ रहा है और ये यहाँ से आ रहा है. मीन्स देर आर थ्री क्लासेस इन वन, there are three classes in one column but more than two levels. इससे पहले जो हमने एग्जांपल लिया था वहां पे एनिमल और डॉग ओनली टू लेवल्स आर प्रेजेंट, बट इफ मोर देन टू लेवल्स आर प्रेजेंट इन एन इनहेरिटेंस इन सिंगल कॉलम, मीन्स एक के नीचे एक अगर दो से ज्यादा क्लासेस आते हैं तो इट इज कॉल्ड एज मल्टी लेवल इनहेरिटेंस. तीनों क्लास में एक एक मेंबर फंक्शन है, एक में ईटिंग, दूसरे में बार्किंग, तीसरे में वीपिंग. आप सबको मालूम है बेबी डॉग वीप्स whereas dog barks. Now every animal eats. अगर आपने यहाँ पे देखा तो एनिमल कौन सा भी रह सकता है, बट अगर डॉग है तो बार्क करेगा, लायन है तो रोअर करेगा, Like this, all are of animal class, but characteristics are different. Some characteristics may be same. शेर भी खाता है, बिल्ली भी खाती है, कुत्ता भी खाता है, बट कुत्ता भौंकता है, बिल्ली म्याऊ म्याऊ करती है, और regarding lion he roars. Like that, eating, barking and weeping. अब यहाँ पे आपने अगर अपने मेन फंक्शन में देखा ना, व्हाट इज नेम ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रोग्राम, टेस्ट इनहेरिटेंस 2, पब्लिक स्टैटिक वॉइड मेन स्ट्रिंग args. I think all of you are familiar with this. Baby dog d is equal to new baby dog. Now आपने अगर यहाँ पे गौर किया तो only one object is created which is of last class. Last class means कौन सा, baby dog class का हमने ऑब्जेक्ट तैयार किया है, और उसके साथ ये सभी तीनों क्लासेस जो है उनके मेंबर फंक्शंस हमने एग्जीक्यूट किए हैं, d.whip, d.bark, d.eat. So my output is whipping, barking and eating. So this is regarding multi-level inheritance. I think all of you are getting this. Third one is hierarchical inheritance. Now if you see here, animal is a main class and two classes are derived from it. Class dog extends animal, class cat also extends animal. अब यहाँ पे होगा क्या कि now to execute this program, अगर मुझे सभी फंक्शन के आउटपुट चाहिए तो इन हियरार्चिकल इनहेरिटेंस या किसी भी इनहेरिटेंस में अगर कोई पूछता है कि हाउ मेनी ऑब्जेक्ट्स आर नेसेसरी टू एग्जीक्यूट ऑल मेंबर मेथड्स और ऑल मेंबर वेरिएबल्स ऑफ ऑल द क्लासेस, so it is depending on number of subclasses which are present in your program. Only subclasses. यहाँ पे अगर आपने देखा मल्टी लेवल इनहेरिटेंस में तो एनिमल सुपर क्लास है, बेबी डॉग सब क्लास है, लेकिन डॉग जो है वो सुपर क्लास बेबी डॉग का है और उसका सुपर क्लास एनिमल है, इसलिए डॉग सब क्लास है. तो यहाँ पे नाउ देयर आर टू सेपरेट सब क्लासेस, वन इज डॉग, another one is cat, and both are derived from animal class, but there is no relation between these two. So class test inheritance 3, public static void main. How many objects are necessary if I want to process all the data? Definitely two objects are necessary, one is of dog class, another one is of cat class. तो यहाँ पे मैंने cat class ही यूज किया है और नीचे लिखा है कि अगर मैं गलती से c.bark लिखता हो तो it will give compile time error. Why? Because there is no relation between cat and dog. Bark is a member method of dog class. Mew is a member method of cat class, so it will be executed very easily. Eat is a common for dog and cat. Eat method is common for dog and cat because from animal these two classes are inherited, but there is no relation between these two classes, or there is no inheritance between cat and dog. So what will happen? Once you create object of cat class, then you can process only animal and cat. If you create object of dog class, then you can process only animal and dog. But accidentally if I write c.bark, then it is not possible because C is a object of cat class. Cat class extends from animal, not from dog. So if it is extending from animal class, तो dog class का कहीं भी जिक्र नहीं आता है. So अगर मैंने गलती से c.bark लिखा तो your program gives and compile time error that you cannot process bark method by using object of cat class. So what is output of this program? उसको तो मैंने comment कर दिया है. So what is output of this program? c.mew, c.eat, mewing and eating. So this is all regarding hierarchical inheritance. Now it is all about inheritance. Definitely I will give you notes and what you can say programs of this Java. Next method in next sorry, next topic is method overriding in Java. If subclass has the same method as declared in the parent class, then it is called as method overriding. Overloading is different. There in method overloading there are two methods with same name but number of parameters or data type of at least per parameter or return type is different. So if child class has the same method as declared in the parent class, it is known as method overriding in Java. In other words, if a subclass provides a specific implementation of the method that has been declared by one of its parent class, then it is called as method overriding. Now, what is usage of this method overriding? Method overriding is used to provide the specific implementation of a method which is already provided by its superclass. Method overriding is used to runtime polymorphism. One is compile time, another one is runtime. कंपाइल टाइम और रन टाइम में डिफरेंस क्या है? कंपाइल टाइम ही पता चलता है कि क्या एग्जीक्यूट करना है. रन टाइम पॉलीमॉर्फिज्म मीन्स आफ्टर एग्जीक्यूटिंग द प्रोग्राम इफ इट इज डिसाइडेड देन इट इज कॉल्ड एज रन टाइम पॉलीमॉर्फिज्म. Now what are the rules for method overriding? The method must have the same name as in the parent class. The method must have the same parameter as in the parent class. The method must be an is a relationship means inheritance. Then and then only it is possible to use method overriding. अगर base class और derived class या super class और सब class नहीं है तो मेथड ओवरराइडिंग हो ही नहीं सकती, बिकॉज बोथ क्लासेस शुड कंटेन फंक्शन विथ सेम नेम विथ सेम पैरामीटर्स विथ सेम रिटर्न वैल्यू. देन एंड देन ओनली इट इज कॉल्ड एज मेथड ओवरराइडिंग इन जावा. हियर इज वन एग्जांपल. क्लास व्हीकल इज गिवन, void run system dot out dot println vehicle is running. Now class bike is extends from vehicle. अब यहाँ पे भी वही है जैसे मैंने इससे पहले कहा था कि एनिमल नाम का क्लास है. डॉग और कैट एनिमल ही है लेकिन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक डिफरेंट है. उसी तरह से अगर मेरा क्लास व्हीकल है तो उसमें बाइक्स आती है, उसमें ट्रक्स आते हैं, उसमें बसेस आते हैं. कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर डिफरेंट बट देयर आर सम कॉमन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स आल्सो. व्हीकल्स आर नॉर्मली यूज्ड टू ट्रांसपोर्ट फ्रॉम वन लोकेशन टू अनदर लोकेशन. फिर आप व्हीकल कौन सा भी ले लो. बाइक लेते हैं तो उसके कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स अलग है, 2 टायर्स. अगर मैं कार लेता हूं तो 4 टायर्स, बस लेता हूं तो 8 टायर्स. सो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ ऑल दिस डिराइव्ड क्लासेस और सब क्लासेस इज डिफरेंट बट कॉमन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक इज व्हीकल. नाउ क्लास बाइक एक्सटेंड्स व्हीकल. पब्लिक स्टैटिक वाइड मेन इंस्टेंस ऑफ अ क्लास क्रिएट किया मैंने. 1 minute. Okay, no problem. Same example is used that class bike is derived from vehicle class which contains your main method. So if I write bike obj is equal to new bike and then obj is equal to run, obj dot run, then which function will be executed? It will be executed vehicle is running. Calling the method with child class instance. I think there might be some problem in this program. Some code is missing. If I write new bike then obj dot run, if your derived class contains a run function then it is somewhat different. So we will see this program later on. Here is very best example of method overriding. Forget about this. I think some code is missing in this program. Here is the program. Class bank, get rate of interest, return 0. child class of bank class SBI, extends bank, get rate of interest, return 8% is a rate of interest suppose. Then class ICICI bank, extends bank itself, here rate of interest is 7. Class Axis extends bank, means now there are 3 subclasses and 1 parent class which is bank. Now so SBI, ICICI and Axis, these are 3 base classes of subclasses of parent class bank. Here is my main method. What I have written, SBI S is equal to new SBI, ICICI I is equal to new ICICI, Axis A is equal to new Axis. So system.out.println SBI rate of interest is S dot get rate of interest. So get rate of interest method in all these 3 classes, same method is there, get rate of interest. All these methods returns one integer value, and within a block of these methods there is one return statement every time. So when I write SBI yes, then what will happen? Once you write SBI yes is equal to new SBI, this particular object is related with object SBI. So yes dot get rate of interest means yes dot get rate of interest, this function will be executed, not this one. So yes dot get rate of interest, result is 8. ICICI dot get rate of interest, result is 7. Then Axis dot get rate of interest, result is 9. See here, function name is same in all these 3 classes or 4 classes you can say, but nothing changed. In all these 3 classes it is same, get rate of integer get rate of interest, only return types are different, and these return types reflects in the what you can say output of the program. Why? Because yes dot get rate of interest is related with SBI, so it will execute this get rate of interest function. I is related with ICICI, so it will display this get rate of interest function, and A is related with Axis Bank, that's why it will execute this get rate of interest function. So this is all regarding method overriding in Java. Now what is final keyword? The final keyword in Java is used to restrict the user. The Java final keyword can be used in many contexts. It might be a variable, it might be a method, or it might be a class. Means final variable भी ले सकते हैं, final method भी ले सकते हैं, final class भी ले सकते हैं. The final keyword can be applied with the variables. A final variable that have no value is called as blank final variable, and uninitialized final variable, it can be initialized in the constructor only. It is not possible to initialize the final variable directly in your program. If you want to initialize it, then you have to use constructor. The blank final variable can be static also, which will be initialized in the static block only. Means अगर ब्लैंक फाइनल वेरिएबल लेना है तो स्टैटिक ब्लॉक ले लो, अगर आपको फाइनल वेरिएबल लेना है तो कंस्ट्रक्टर में इनिशियलाइज करो. वी विल हैव डिटेल लर्निंग ऑफ दिस. लेट्स फर्स्ट लर्न द बेसिक ऑफ फाइनल कीवर्ड. So what is final keyword? If you make any variable as a final, you cannot change the value of final variable. It will be treated as a constant, final value. For example, there is a final variable speed limit. We are going to change the value of this variable, but it can't be changed because final variable once assigned a value, it can never be changed in your program. एक बार आपने उसको वैल्यू दे दी, वो वैल्यू प्रोग्राम पूरा एग्जीक्यूट होने तक वही रहेगी. It is not possible to change the value of final variable in program. Here is one example. Public class text, public static void main, final integer I is equal to 10, and after that if I write I is equal to 30, then definitely this statement will give you an error because value of I is final and you cannot change that value. So once you write final integer I is equal to 10, that value remains constant till program is executed completely. जब तक पूरा प्रोग्राम एग्जीक्यूट नहीं हो जाता तब तक ये i की जो वैल्यू है इस ब्लॉक में, that value remains same, that is 10. It is not possible to change that value. So thank you very much for attending this lecture also. If you like the video, then kindly like it and share the channel among your friends. Thank you very much.